Hey there, it's Steve.
And Connor.
From Serious Keto, and what are we reviewing today?
We have some cheese chips, Keto Doritos.
Yes, that's probably the best way to call it. Now, the last video that we did, the last review, was for cheese puffs. And we had...
It's one of the last ones we did.
So we did, was it Schoolyard Snacks and Hilo?
Yes.
And we didn't especially love either of them.
No.
And Schoolyard Snacks, I think you described that as like eating glass powder or something?
It was kind of, I think it was sandy or gritty or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not great. Hilo, a little bit better, but we really couldn't recommend that either. However, a number of my viewers said you gotta try their tortilla chips. And
Nacho Doritos.
Nacho Doritos from Costco. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna put them up against Quest. So let's take a look at Hilo first. 150 calories, 10 grams total fat, 5 grams total carbohydrates. 2 of those are fiber for a net 3 grams, and 9 grams of protein.
140 calories.
So this is for the Quest?
For the Quest. 140 calories, 6 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar. So 4 net, but 18 grams of protein.
Okay, so quite a bit more protein in those. Now, we're not going to read through the entire list of ingredients just because that would take us about 5 minutes. Pretty long list. Suffice it to say, if you are eating clean keto, you're probably going to see a list this long and just say, well, actually, if you're eating really clean keto, you're probably not eating Keto Doritos.
Probably not.
So this would not be for those people. Now, the one thing you pointed out when you saw the back of the bag here, oh, incidentally, I didn't see any inflammatory oils.
There's no soy in either.
Yep, no soy, no canola oil. However, the number one ingredient on the Hilo chips is high oleic sunflower oil, which I was curious about, and supposedly that is not inflammatory, and most everything I read says that it's a good oil for keto. So that out of the way, why don't we start with the Quest? Let's take a look in that bag there. How much would you say is in there? A third of a bag?
I mean, the same amount as a normal bag of chips, though.
Yeah, so
not enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of airspace in there. All right.
We'll get a couple good ones here.
Okay, thank you. They smell just like a nacho cheese Dorito. Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
I mean, it's not a chip.
No. It is, taste-wise, fairly similar to a Dorito. Texture-wise...
You know it's made with protein powder.
Yeah, it's not even like when you have like baked Lay's potato chips and those don't quite taste right or have the right texture. This is even thinner than all of that.
But they're not bad tasting.
They're not bad tasting, but very thin, texture's sort of wrong. I don't know how well they would stand up to something like a salsa or guacamole, or even if you melted some cheese on them. But we're going to test out a few of those things.
Let's see.
Yes. So I'm going to say they're okay.
Yeah.
All right. I would say we've got more. Well, I mean, obviously it's a bigger bag, but also just in general, probably about half full. And the chips, they feel like an actual Dorito in terms of
They kind of look like one too.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of impressive, I guess. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's certainly chip-like.
Yeah, I think they did a lot better job nailing the chip texture. Mm-hmm. Flavor-wise, though, pretty bland, I think.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't really bring the nacho taste all that hard. And I guess when I bit into it and I got that texture, my mind was going to like corn chip, you know, and it doesn't. So it's a little bit incongruent between what you think you should taste and what you wind up tasting.
Yes, but it actually holds up like the real thing.
So let's put it to the test here. We didn't have any guacamole or avocado, So I made a little bit of salsa here, creamy salsa with some sour cream and tomato and onion and jalapeno. And I think this would be a decent proxy for, dippability.
Okay. We broke a little.
Okay. I'm going to go in. I'm not breaking. This held up.
I had a smaller chip though.
Okay. It held up.
Yeah.
So for me, one of the things that I've been missing since going keto, when we have taco night, is to have a chip that I can dip into some guacamole. And this would work.
Probably.
Now the Quest chips. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought this was going to break going in because they seem like kind of flimsy chips.
I mean, I like the texture on the Hilo more, but I like the flavor on the Quest more. And obviously, well, it doesn't matter for keto people, but I mean, the protein and the less fat on the Quest is kind of nice.
I do wish we had some guacamole though, because I've got a gut feel that the Quest, that you would be orphaning a lot of half chips.
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these, put them on a plate, top them with a little Mexican shredded blend of cheese, microwave them, and see if they get soggy. Do they hold up? We'll find out in a minute.
Okay.
All right, these are the Quest chips right here.
They seem to be okay.
Yes, they held up to the cheese and microwave process. They did get a little bit softer. A little bit more flimsy, I thought.
I don't know. I like them more with the cheese on them.
Yeah, I don't know that it would hold up to like loaded nachos.
Maybe not, but...
Whoop. It was like breaking a wishbone there. Oh. You won.
I think I like the Quest one more with the cheese on it.
Really? Okay. I think that the Hilo are going to stand up better if you're really loading up.
Right, if you're going to make like a big plate of appetizer nachos.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit torn. I wish that we could have the flavor of the Quest and the texture of the Hilo.
Yeah.
Let's talk price, because you picked these up for me at GNC.
Correct.
And they came in a box of 8 bags.
Or you can buy them individually.
Okay. How much were they?
About $2.50 a bag.
Okay. And that's for how many ounces here? 1.1 ounces.
Yes.
The Hilo, this is 12 ounces. These I got at Costco, and I believe it was $9 and change for a bag. So your price per ounce, less than $1 per ounce for the Hilo, about $2.50 for the Quest. So on the whole, these aren't the sort of things I would eat on a regular basis. Just I'm not that into snacking. But I think on taco night, so that I can kind of join in on the dipping of salsa and guac, I like these. And I think me personally, I would lean towards the Hilo.
I like the Quest.
So unlike the cheese puffs, we actually found 2 things here that we did like, which is kind of nice. We don't have to throw anything away.
Yeah.
And wow, I think if you've got an itch for tortilla chips, either of these potentially could scratch that for you.
Yep.
So I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so.
Anything clever to say?
No.
Me neither. Thanks for watching.
Toodles.